When I log on in the morning, I want to be able to log into one email account and manage all of my email from there. If you're like me, you have multiple email accounts, a personal email, a business email, maybe even more than one business email. And you want to be able to integrate all of that email into one unified inbox, one unified platform from which you can easily select to send emails from any of your email addresses. Today we're going to take a look how to do that. I'll log into my Bryce@taskus.com, and you'll notice that inside here I have a unified inbox in which I have emails coming in to multiple different email addresses. If I go to compose an email, you'll be able to see there's a drop-down menu here. And if I select it, you'll notice that there's Bryce@smartersm.com and Bryce@gmail.com, all integrated into one unified inbox. But today, I want to add my newest email address, b@taskus.com. And here's how you do it. So when you've created a new account, in this instance, b@taskus.com, the first step to managing all of your Gmail accounts from one place is to select which one of your accounts you want to manage from. In my case, the Gmail account I've selected to manage all of my accounts from is Bryce@taskus.com. So I come into the email address that I want to forward or to not manage the account from, and that's b@taskus.com. I click on Settings, I click on Forwarding, I click Add a Forwarding Address. And in this case, I'm going to forward all my email to Bryce@taskus.com. I select Next. And a confirmation code has been sent to verify that we actually have permission to do that. So I come into my Bryce@taskus.com email, and I see that here I've got a confirmation code. b@taskus.com has requested to automatically forward mail to your email address, Bryce@taskus.com. It gives me a confirmation code. So I copy that confirmation code and come back here. And I click Verify, enter the confirmation code, and click Verify. And as you can see, I've been verified to enable forwarding to Bryce@taskus.com. So to do that, I have to select Forward a copy of incoming mail to Bryce@taskus.com. And I also have to select what I want to do. I can keep a copy of this email in the b@taskus.com email. I can mark it as read, I can archive it, or I can delete it. In this case, I'm just going to archive the email because I want to keep this email box clear. I save changes, and now any email that gets sent to b@taskus.com is going to automatically get archived here, so I won't see it in this email box, and get forwarded to this email address, Bryce@taskus.com. But that's not all. When I go to compose an email inside Bryce@taskus.com, you'll notice that I have this little drop-down box where I can select whether to send an email from Bryce@taskus.com, from Bryce@smartersm.com, or from Bryce@gmail.com. Each one of these has a different signature, and that is done in the Settings tab. But the way in which I've integrated all three email addresses into a single Gmail account is also using Settings. Clicking Accounts enables you to add another email address that we own to this account. So in this case, I want to add b@taskus.com. I click Next Step, and we're going to use the Taskus mail for this, and you should as well. It's a lot simpler. And then we send a verification. Now in this case, the opposite has happened. A verification code is being sent to b@taskus.com. We bring back up that account. Now, here's the tricky part. Remember that we forwarded all of our emails directly to Bryce@taskus. So, in this case, we may actually need to look at Bryce@taskus and see where the email, to see where the code is. And there we go. Copy the code. Enter the verification code. Click Verify. Come back into Settings. Click on the Accounts tab, And as you can see, we've got be@taskus.com added to the account section of our Gmail. One really important feature to make sure that it's turned on is when receiving a message, reply from the same address the message was sent to. You can also set it to reply from one default address, but for the purposes of consistency, if someone is sending me an email about social media to bryce@smartersm.com, I want to make sure that I reply to them with the same email address as they sent an email to me. Let's go to compose an email. And as we can see, now I can send emails from Bryce@Taskus, be@Taskus, Bryce@SmarterSM, and BryceMaddock@Gmail, all from the same email address. Now, if I go into settings, you'll also notice that underneath my signature panel that I can change any one of the signatures that I have integrated in this singular Gmail login. So, going to be@taskus.com, we'll notice that I don't have a signature currently. So I use Bryce@Taskus as the example for that signature. Paste it in, change the email address to reflect the one that I have currently, and click Save Changes. And now, when I go to Compose and click on be@Taskus, you'll notice the signature corresponds. And that's really it in terms of integrating all of your email accounts into a singular Gmail login.